all comes down to one word: truth. The truth is that I'm speechless, and the words I say don't do the Dominican justice. There are still a million words and questions buzzing around in my head. Dominican Republic, this is it, public health, our dorm uniting, the orphans, La Tia, sunsets, poco a poco. Is it over? Or will it never be? I'm trying to make sense of all these things, but sometimes there are just more questions instead of an answer. This video is a stab at tackling my thoughts and hashing out my experience in the past and present and discovering where it leads me in the future. I'll start with an easy truth about the present. The truth is that I still wish I was in the DR. It's always hard coming home. My smile just seems so much bigger and brighter there. It's also hard to connect with people that haven't been on the trip. I appreciate and respect people for trying, but unless they've been there, it's almost impossible for them to understand how I feel. The reasons for this disconnection aren't clear. Maybe it's the fact that in the Dominican, everyone was able to feed off of each other's positive energy. Maybe it has to do with knowing what's important and what our priorities should be. Or maybe it's knowing these things that leads us to real conversations with real people. I'm not really sure. I am sure, however, that I would have stayed in the DR forever if that had been an option. I have no regrets about that week. The truth about the past. I had been to the Dominican Republic once before this trip. The first time I went in 2010, I was accompanied by some of my fellow students in my senior class, as well as a team of dentists and hygienists. We students were the translators, but we actually got to assist, some of us even pulling teeth. I came home from that trip with a different view of the world. After I came home, I remember saying that I was ruined. Doesn't that sound awful? The best week of my life so far had ruined me. I meant that I was ruined in the sense that I would never look at the world through my Americanized eyes again. It was impossible. The trip ruined me because the feelings of belonging and being a part of something, despite my best efforts, couldn't be mimicked back home. I didn't feel like a part of anything. I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. I felt lost and uneasy. These feelings were why I was so happy when I heard of CRC Global. CRC Global provided me with a way to get back to the Dominican and experience it in a whole new way with new people, thus adding another story to my single one. It was a big jump to go from translating and dental assisting the first time in 2010 to teaching public health to a class of kids this time. I was hoping that this clear-cut difference would maybe somehow help me decide what to do with my life, but honestly, those same feelings as the first trip are hitting me upon being back in Madison. I haven't really found that feeling of belonging anywhere besides the Dominican. Upon this return home, I find myself more confused than ever. The truth about the future. Like I said, I'm just as confused as before. But the difference between now and then, I've accepted the fact that I'm confused. I've accepted that I have to embrace the confusion and fear and just hope there's a light at the end of it. I'm okay with being ruined and free from my past perspectives. I'm okay with not knowing yet if the feelings I get in the DR are ones that simply happen because it's a beautiful place with beautiful people, or if they mean something more, that I found where I fit. I'm okay with not having something definite at the end of my path yet. I'm okay with knowing that the Dominican Republic has played a role in determining that path, wherever it may lead me. As I say while looking down at the DR from the airplane, every time I leave that country, nos vemos, or until we see each other.
So shall it be in the end. Give thanks and praise.